everyone, welcome back to day 14 of Vlogmas. My name's Annette and this is Cottoverdi and I'm outside today. It stopped raining for a moment and I thought I would take this opportunity to go and cut back some of the shrubs and perennials that are looking really sorry because it's rained so much and they just look black. So I've got things like peonies and baptisia and just stuff that looks damp and black and bedraggled, and I just want to clear that away and then I'll see what else there is to do in the garden, but that is my plan for today. So behind me here is one of the very bedraggled looking plants. It's an Artemisia and it's absolutely gorgeous. In the summer, and throughout the season actually, it's just got this gorgeous silvery colour and it's a bright spark in the flower bed, but now that it's so wet and it's just not going to do well, I'm just going to cut that back. I don't want to look at that all winter. And then the other thing I've got over here is some Verbena bonariensis, and I want to cut that back because if you cut it back now, then it's going to thicken up and it'll bush out next year, and I want that to happen. I think all the insects and birds have, I mean the seeds are just sodden now anyway, but they're all gone. I think either they've fallen, hopefully self-seeded, or the birds and insects have had them, so I'm going to cut that back now too. So what I'm going to do is go to the very base of the plant and just cut it a couple of inches above the ground and then put this on my compost. And I'm not going to clear the leaves from around the base of the plant because that's a good habitat for, you know, bugs and creepy crawlies through the winter, but also it will protect the root ball. So with the verbena, I'm not going to cut it to the ground, but I am going to cut it to a leaf node where it branches out. So I'm going to cut them all to about the same spot. So always cut to something if you can. Big thing here is my giant scabious. It's called Cephalaria gigantea. I love saying that name, I don't know why. But all these seed heads are done now. There aren't any more seeds in them. And also there's just a big mush at the bottom here. And I want to get rid of all that stagnant, mouldy, leafy growth there. So this is a gorgeous Ito peony here, and actually I probably need to move it because it's a little bit too close to the lilac, but what I'm going to do today is just cut it back to the buds. So these little red things here, these are the buds that I cut it back to, and there are absolutely loads of them. So there are lots of little buds at the bottom, so I didn't want to cut it back too far, but each of these stems has got a little bud. There's one there, and one there, and then one there. So I just cut it back to the buds. So today I also want to deal with the Crocosmia that fell over in the recent storms, and then this Veronicastrum here toppled over as well, and they're no good to anybody if they're lying down. They looked kind of pretty and structural when they weren't wet and sodden, but now that they're wet and sodden, I just want to get rid of them. So the Crocosmia is quite pretty. I think that the seed heads are quite pretty, so that's why I like to leave them. But actually they just look horrible lying on the ground. And then these are the seed heads for the Veronicastrum, which is why I tend to leave the Veronicastrum, but I can't have them lying all over the ground all winter. I think I'm also going to tackle the Himalayan honeysuckle over here. It's an absolutely gorgeous plant with these pendulous purple flowers and I really love it. But I think I need to take out some of the older, browner branches. It's looking a little bit dead and ropey in the middle and I just fancy tackling this today. Well, I look like I've been through a bush backwards, which I essentially have, but it's been so nice to get my hands into the dirt and do some actual gardening. I feel so lucky that it's stopped raining today and I could do a good garden tidy up. Anyway, I really hope you've enjoyed this video and maybe you've had some time in the garden today too. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you all tomorrow.